Hey crew, Captain Clam here, back with another family-oriented video. Today we're going to be carving pumpkins, a family tradition that my mom instilled in me way back when I was a wee little baby. So, my son Miles here has a great like for pumpkins. So what better activity than to slice them up into cute faces and cool patterns. So, take note of me not using proper safety. Please, if you're going to be carving pumpkins, use proper safety and just have fun with it. As you can see, Miles sticks his hand in there and I don't think he's a fan of the way the pumpkin guts feel. But so is life. So here, I just want to make sure I scrape out all of the guts from the bottom of the pumpkin, and soon I'm going to be scraping the inside of the pumpkin as well to make sure there's no dangly, hangy bits inside of there, because we don't want anything to catch on fire when we put our candle in eventually. Also, it really helps if you scrape down the inside of the pumpkin because those walls are really thick, and it'll help you carve the pumpkin a little bit easier in the future if it's not so thick. Now I'm just drawing a very simple jack-o'-lantern face, so that way I know exactly where I'm going to make my cuts at, and then we'll get a general idea of how the jack-o'-lantern is going to look with his ever so silly face. Now that we have our face all penciled in, Lena Luna decided to try her hand at carving pumpkins. She's actually never carved a pumpkin before, so this is a first for her. I don't know, her family just didn't do the tradition or something. And she's doing okay. As you can see, the outline there, you want to take your knife at a 90-degree angle, and as I said before, you want to practice extreme caution. The knives may not be that sharp, but you never know, you could still cut yourself, so please be very careful. Miles is super excited to see the face come to life. And once you finish your cut, you can poke out your piece and keep it going from there. And there we have it, our complete jack-o'-lantern. This small one took me about 20 minutes. Now it's time to shine a light. And your jack-o'-lantern comes to life. Next up, we're going to be carving a white pumpkin, because I've never seen a giant white pumpkin before. So I'm actually going to be carving the word wicked into this one. So this one is a little bit more complicated. First, I'm taping the design to the pumpkin. And after I get the design taped to the pumpkin quite nicely and securely, I'm gonna proceed to open it up from the bottom and gut it like I did the first one. I saw a trick on the internet that if you take a blender or a hand mixer and you kind of use it to scrape the inside of the pumpkin, it saves you a lot of time by thinning out the walls. And I was really surprised on how well it worked. Beats scraping the inside of the pumpkin for like 20 minutes to get it thin enough to carve. So, A+ on this hack. And now we have entered the most time-consuming part of carving a pumpkin. You have to transfer the design with stippling to the pumpkin. So I'm just literally poking hundreds of holes in the shape of the pattern to outline it. That way, when I take the paper off, I can carve exactly what I see. Now, Miss Lena Luna had a brilliant idea. She made a sensory bag out of the pumpkin guts for Miles to play with. You know, that ooey gooey squishy goodness without having the nastiness on your hands. Now that I've removed all of the paper from the pumpkin, you can see all of the dots that I've poked. So you can clearly see the pattern on the pumpkin now. So you're just gonna do your cutting, and this is the most fun part about carving pumpkins, so let's have at it. Now, the wicked pumpkin took considerably a lot longer to carve than the jack-o'-lantern. Getting the delicate lettering in without breaking any of the pumpkin is a challenge, I will say. But it was well worth it because the end result came out fantastic, and I couldn't be more proud of myself. Now, Miles did start getting impatient while I was carving this one, but so is life when things take so long and kids, they just want instant gratification. So I ended up doing this last one off camera because I was just running out of space. And this one turned out fantastic. It took me about 45 minutes to do, and I can't be happier with the outcome of that pumpkin. So, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my journey with carving pumpkins with the family. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more family-oriented content. Happy Halloween.